So how much profit you made in last financial year and how much capital that you used for it?
Yeah, so I used 25 lakhs as my capital for options trading, and I made around close to 26 lakhs gross profit. Yeah.
And what about this financial year so far?
This financial year, it's already about 11 lakhs profit.
Hi there, welcome to the fourth episode of Zero to Traders series, where we talk with different traders and discuss their trading journey, how they started from zero and become profitable. So first of all, it's been some weeks in which we missed and we haven't posted any episode for last few weeks. So sorry about that one, but from now on we will try to be as consistent as possible and share with you the journey of as many profitable traders as possible. So today with us is Ishwar. He has been trading options and he is profitable last year also, and this year also he has been doing great. So welcome Ishwar, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
I'm glad too. So how are you doing, Ishwar?
I'm doing good, thank you. What about you?
Doing good. So let's first start with our introduction. So can you tell a little bit about yourself to our viewers?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Ishwar and I'm from Bangalore. So I've been studying finance since college days, and stock market always interested me. And with regards to trading, I've been trading options since 2021. So since then, I've been doing it as a full-time job. Yeah.
So that's very good. Like just you started in 2021 and within 3 years you are on out. So,
Yeah.
so you have been doing something really good. So first start with why did you enter stock market? Like what motivated you to enter the stock market?
Yeah, so I've always been a person who likes numbers, all the permutations and combinations. And when I was introduced to technical analysis in my college days, so I started reading about charts, started reading out books which shows how technicals work. So that is one aspect. And my family is also the same background. My dad is a investment advisor and a stockbroker. So that's how I started off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ishwar, like talking about your background, like what did you study in your college?
I studied BBA from Christ.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've done few NISM certifications. Yeah.
And Ishwar, like you said, your father is a stockbroker.
Yeah.
So like, do you remember any discussions with your father regarding stock trading, stock market investing, anything from your childhood?
Yes, when I was in PUC, we had inter-college fests where I chose finance to take part in, and then we had to give few recommendations. So that's when I asked him about few large cap stocks like Maruti Suzuki, HCL, and Hindustan Unilever. So that's when I started reading about balance sheets and what the brokers give targets and all such thing, and that's what interested me too. Yeah.
To get into the stock market. So now coming to stock market trading. So you entered market in 2021, right?
Yeah, I entered options trading in 2021. Before that, I've been investing like as SIP, only in equities though. Like whenever I get to save money, I invest in equities. So that has been my profile since college days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my question will be like, why options? There are a lot of trading opportunities. You can trade futures, equities, and cryptos and all. A lot of things are there. Options is very risky and a lot of people lose money there.
Right.
So why exactly options?
First thing, why options? Because it's all about the number game. I like how we can define various strategies. We can define the loss limits. We can ascertain how much max profit we can get by doing completely different strategies. So that is one thing which always intrigued me. And second thing is option selling is something which always had me in favor, because most of the times option sellers make money in the longer run because there is something which decays.
Time is in their favor.
There is something which decays and time is in their favor. And considering when last year when I was trading, there were 3 expiries. Now there are almost 5 expiries now, including BankX, it's 6. So 5 days and 6 expiries is what we are getting now. So I thought this is the right opportunity. So once we take lesser risk and expect minimal returns, with higher capital, we can achieve a higher success rate in this.
Definitely, like last year we remember only Thursday was the expiry, which everyone was very excited about.
Yeah.
Then came Nifty
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and now like Sensex expiry is going on, mid cap expiry, and they are planning one expiry for every day.
Yeah, from September it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Only Friday it's BSE expiry, Sensex and BankX. So other days are all given to NSE.
So almost every day you will have a expiry to play on, and if you're good in trading, you can make a lot of monies now.
That's true.
Okay. Now coming to your how you started trading. So you mentioned that you started trading in 2021. So I know you already told you are from the background where you have a father. Your father is a stockbroker, but still, I'm sure because you were trading in options, you would have faced a lot of challenges. So what were the earliest challenges that you made when you started trading in options?
When I started trading options, no one actually taught me because my father is only into equities even now.
So did he stop you to not trade in
He
options?
told me to not to trade initially because he realized it's very high risk because they generally see 5%, 10% is what maximum a stock goes, but they never see 100%, 1000% where an option strike can go to. So that is when they realized higher chances of losing money than gaining money. Reading about the SEBI reports, reading about how people lose money. So he always told me like be careful or try not to do it because you're already earning well. And I was in a job earlier. I used to work for JP Morgan. I was in the investment banking division. So then I moved over to my dad's.
So how long did you work in
I
JP
worked there for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was helping all the investment bankers prepare their research reports.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you knew about the market.
Yeah, that was more of a financial like modeling side. Coming to trading, there was nothing I could learn of because I was not in the front end. Yeah, but this always like intrigued me, and I started on Twitter, and I could see a lot of people posting screenshots and saying this can be made regular income.
1 लाख से 10 लाख कैसे बना है?
Yeah, those things are very scary because
Selling dream.
yeah, selling dreams. So yeah. So I started following few people on Twitter when I started to trade options, and that's when it helped me a lot because otherwise only option buying I used to do because I just infused 50,000 initially for option trading, and I realized I couldn't even sell one lot. So then I got to know that no, if we have to stay in the game, it has to be a bigger chunk of capital. So that's when I realized and took it seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the challenges that you faced? I think education will be the first one.
Yeah.
Before moving forward to education, like we have an learning initiative, FinGrad, and we have over 65 courses and webinar on our platform where we teach different things about stock market trading, investing, options buying, options selling, options strategies. So if you are new to the market, maybe you won't have that much challenges that used to be 5 years back. You can go to our website. We have a lot of free courses also. You can start learning with the free courses first. And if you get comfortable, you can also choose the premium and more comprehensive courses later on. So one challenge is the education, which we are trying to solve. But let's talk about the other challenges that you faced.
Right. So the setup, to create a setup. So since I didn't study options trading in detail, so I used to do a lot of setup trading, but sometimes if it failed, I used to do another setup. Sometimes if it again failed, I used to change the setup. So
initially you're talking about options buying setup, right?
Yeah, because during that initial phase, option buying, you'll expect certain return, and you don't put a stop loss, and you'll keep averaging when the capital is less. So that's what I did.
That's what everyone does. You buy at 100, then you buy at 80, then you buy at 60.
Yeah, then once you try to buy, the funds won't be there in the account because then it will show rejected.
And then you carry it over for the next day.
Yeah. So that is the thing. So, but once you do option selling, it restricts you because it requires higher margin. So, and expectancy is also, people should have a real expectancy, not having 5%, 10% per day. I think having 1 to 1.5% per expiry is a decent expectation. If not 0.75 to 1.25, and that should make a good return because the risk also will be lesser in those cases.
I also feel the same thing. When you're doing selling, you have not the entire capital at risk.
Right.
Like although they say it unlimited risk, But when you are buying option, you can put everything in the option. Like you can trade in 10,000 lots and all.
Right.
But when you are selling, even if you have crores of capital, you cannot go that much in capital. I mean, buying and all. And definitely you will have stop loss and all. So it restricts your losses compared to the options buying. And some days when you don't have control over your emotion, you can lose a lot more in option buying compared to option selling.
Absolutely, that is very true. Especially on like when there's a V-shaped recovery or a W-shaped trading days. So those kind of the days are which test the patience on option sellers and buyers both. So,
Yeah, definitely. If it makes price action, it gives you time. But when there's a V-shaped recovery and you're not ready, then and you're just averaging out, most of the time you will lose money in that one.
right.
But definitely that is one of the challenges. I think setup is, you said you have challenge that you faced in the
Yeah.
initial days. And coming to the mistakes, what are the mistakes? One you already mentioned, averaging.
Yeah, averaging is a mistake. Overtrading is one more.
Overtrading. So
Yeah.
according to you, what is overtrading for you? Like how many trades you should make, and when is overtrading?
I think as far as you're in a comfortable, stable mental mindset, that
Okay.
I don't call it overtrading. Overtrading is when you try to recover the losses or you try
Revenge
to
trading.
revenge, you try to like again take risks on the already initiated profits of the day. So I think that is when I feel it as overtrading. And sometimes you'll feel like और कितना ऊपर जाता है और कितना नीचे जाता है. Those are all like
Gambling
yeah
kind of
intuitions. Yeah. So,
trading based on
yeah.
intuitions.
So और कितना गिरा ऑलरेडी कितना गिर जाओ और कितना गिरेगा ऑलरेडी कितना ऊपर चला गया और कितना चलेगा. So all those things are all the ones which people should avoid.
Generally,
Yeah.
like if you know ki, I have made enough profit today. This is my ROI is raised. You should stop there. You don't need to be stay in the front of camera till 3:30.
Right.
People start over trading even if they know that they have made good profit in one or two trades in that day. Eventually, after doing over trading, all the capital is gone, all the profits are gone, and it ends up to be zero,
That's
or sometimes even negative also.
That's true.
So that is one kind of over trading. Another is like revenge trading. You are in negative, you want to come to positive anyhow.
Right.
So you keep on trading, and your losses double. Is this the same thing that you're talking about?
Yes, that is what I had to mention about. When during my initial days of option buying, I did do revenge trading, especially in Bank Nifty, which during Thursdays after 2:30 p.m. like single digit can go to triple digit or like vice versa, triple digit can come to single digit. So we expect it to go to triple digit and we do buying and keep averaging. So that was a mistake that I made. And yeah, so it always burnt my finger that time.
Yeah, or actually, if I remember, like till last year when there was just one expiry, only one expiry was in a week, and if you miss it, you will know that next week you have to wait for it for the expiry. So you try to do over trading on that day.
Right.
But now we have expiries on every day, so maybe that much FOMO will not come. But still, like people will do those kind of mistakes in the initial days.
Yes, and one more thing is you need to develop a habit. Like even if you like take over positioning, that is one more mistake which I did. Position sizing. So
Big sizes.
yeah, big sizes. Say for example, as you mentioned earlier, 50,000. If I had the capital, entire 50,000 into option buying. So that is like completely wrong. So even if you take that 50,000, if you have purchased options for that, you need to keep a stop loss. Like there's no stop loss. Position sizing, it has to be increased in an organic way is what I think. Earlier I used to do like 400 in Fin Nifty, that's 10 lots. So when I take Nifty, I used to do like 10 lots as 500. Now I'm comfortable doing 2,500 units. So gradually I've increased from 500, 750, then 1,250. 1,750 and now 2,500. So whenever I increase it like 50% above, it already I'll keep watching the screen. Kya ho raha hai, kya ho raha hai. So that should not be the case, and position sizing should be organically grown. Once, even if you make a good profit, I suggest people not to increase their position sizing like erratically. Like don't increase the position size by 50%. So take it like 25% max, and then again next 25%. I think that's when you'll be able to handle things when it goes against you, as well as which you're in favor. You keep a trailing stop loss and you keep booking profits.
Definitely, like from 100, don't go directly to 200.
Yeah.
Maybe from 100 you can go to 125, 150. if you are trading in depending on what lot size is, but do not double it directly organically. Like I said, that is the best approach to moving forward. Now coming to the interesting part, the question which our audience is most interested in. So how much profit you made in last financial year and how much capital that you used for it?
Yeah, so I used 25 lakhs as my capital for options trading, and I made around close to 26 lakhs gross profit. Yeah,
So you have made a ROI of more than 100%.
that's right.
Okay, and what about this financial year so far?
This financial year, it's already about 11 lakhs profit. So
You're going good.
yeah.
Okay. So, so you have already made a good profit this year, and coming to like this financial year, like, do you have any target in mind? How much profit, how much money you want to make this year?
No, as a broader aspect, I don't keep any goals, because once you start thinking about broader things, you can't focus on minor things. And I keep expiry targets or weekly targets. So that is how I try to manage. And I keep around 1.25 or 1.5% per expiry, depending on the premiums. The premiums are higher, then I keep a little more expectancy.
Okay, that's a very good strategy. If you are profitable in the initial days, you will have a lot of margin to play around.
That's right.
To take more risk. But if the first 10 days are not that good, maybe you will go a little conservative, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, and coming to one more important part that you mentioned, like I think you are targeting 1 to 1.5% ROI on expiry days. But now every days are expiry.
Yeah.
So are you planning 1.5% every day? How are you planning it?
I need to still understand how the markets behave, because once the Bank Nifty expiry is shifted and mid cap is also shifted to Monday, so then there'll be a lot of volatility. So based on that, if the first 10 days is going good, then I would like to take more risk. If there's high volatility, then I would be happy with 0.75 to 1% also, because this is something which I can control. What markets can give, it's in market's favor. What I can control is the best thing, because I have to keep my mind stable if I'm trading expiries every day. If I go to a 2 to 3% loss, then I can't trade expecting 3% the next day. I have to again come back to the roots and take it gradually and again come back. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good approach. And if you're talking about like expiries, we have different expiries options. Fin Nifty is on Tuesday, Nifty Bank Nifty on this one Thursday. So like, do you trade, which one do you prefer? Like, which one do you trade more? Do you trade in Fin Nifty or in Sensex expiries?
Yes, I do trade Fin Nifties on Fridays. I used to trade Fin Nifty before Sensex was introduced, because there used to be a lot of decay on Fridays and Mondays. But now I trade solely on Sensex on Fridays. Monday I do trade Fin Nifty, because it's 1 DT, that is 1 day to expiry. There'll be a lot of theta decay. So I like to trade 1 DT or 0 DT on expiries. And Wednesdays I used to trade Bank Nifty more than Nifty. Now I've shifted to mid cap Nifty, because that's an expiry day. And Thursdays I mostly stick to Bank Nifty. And if I think Bank Nifty is very volatile, then I move to Nifty, because sometimes it's very difficult to handle Bank Nifty.
Yeah, sometimes it's like it just want to do SL hunting.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about that.
Yeah. And since I'm a discretionary trader, like I don't have any like system or algos in place, so I have to be very careful with position sizing and Bank Nifty trading, because one spike can ruin your day. Either side.
Either side, definitely. And a few more important things, like you have already mentioned how much a very good 100% ROI you made last year. A few more things we will want to know, like what was the best day, how much maximum profit that you have made in a day, and what was your worst day, what was the maximum that you have lost in a day?
Yeah, so this is something which I always have it in mind. I made 5 lakhs in a day. I shorted deep in the money options. Deep in the money options, call options, before the Russia-Ukraine war.
Okay.
So there was already speculation saying their tanks are moving towards their border and such. So in March, I made a good amount of 5 lakhs. But the same week, I lost 1 day 4 lakhs by option buying.
So first you lost or first you
First
made
I
the
gained.
Huh.
But then, thankfully, once I have excess cash in my account, I don't keep the available cash in the account. I keep investing into liquid Bs or sovereign gold bonds, because once you have that cash available, because earlier days when I used to do option buying, I used to utilize entirely. So I don't keep more than 5 to 6 lakhs cash in my account any day.
That's a very good way to control
Yeah,
positions.
so that is one thing, because I did face issues earlier on. When I had 3 lakhs, I did do option buying, squaring off my option sell positions. So after that, I made sure that I never have more than 5 to 6 lakhs cash in the account.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you already mentioned 5 lakh when you did selling of deep in the money options. But when you lost 4 lakh, like what was the mistake that you made there?
I mean, it was a good breakout in a daily channel time frame as well as recent resistance. But I thought the news will go in favor and the market will come down. But no, I waited the entire day and the losses kept mounting because I shorted like in the money call options.
Okay, again.
Yeah. So that was something which hit me. I was like, I gained by working on the news, and this news again backfired me. So yeah, but net to net it was 1 lakh. I'm still happy that it was limited to that. Yeah. I think sometimes you need to make sure you see the worst possible day also, so that you can not repeat that again. Until you face that, it's not easy to talk and say, no, nahi, wo kar sakte, ye kar sakte. Once you are in that situation and you face it, you won't try to repeat that mistake, is what I feel.
So last year, March, you burnt your hands, both in the bad side also, good side also.
Yeah.
Okay. And apart from that, any other bad days, any other bad decision you made because of which you made a bigger losses?
Yeah, once what happened, I was in a 12% drawdown.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to recover it faster. So the premiums were also lesser. So next day I was short and it opened against. So again I went to almost 6%, 16% drawdown.
Oh.
So yeah, so that was a huge hit for me. Then post that I realized, no, let me not try to recover my losses faster, and kept on doing it slowly. Yeah, 16% drawdown was the highest I've faced.
Something takes time. You cannot hurry up on those
Yeah.
things. Okay.
Yeah.
And like, how do you deal with bad days? Like the days when you make a lot of losses are happening. खराब जा रहा है, जो भी सोच रहे हो नहीं काम कर रहा है, opposite direction में हो रहा है. So how you deal with those days?
Right. So I've been reading about trading psychology. So this is something which traders have to rely upon, because every day can't be a green day. So what I follow is, if something is going against me, like I try to keep myself calm by having multiple temperature objects around me. So say for example, there's a hot pack or a cold pack. So if I touch both at the same time, there's something which is triggering me saying that it's diverted. So that is working in favor of me. At the same time, I have a stress ball, and I keep watching few TV shows.
Which TV series do you watch?
I mean, I'm a Game of Thrones fan, so yeah, so yeah, I watch that, and I watch a lot of cricket as well. So yeah, sometimes I go to a nice World Cup match where India has won a close encounter. I try to play that. Otherwise, I keep listening to songs. Yeah, that is one thing. And one more thing which I did and want people to realize is, don't do stress eating on bad days, because I had faced that. So if there are a lot of chocolates or if there's a lot of junk food, we tend to eat a lot on loss days. So I've cut down on that, and I request people also to follow eating habits properly on loss days. That's when they'll realize they're in stable mindset.
That's a very good point that you have raised. Even Hitesh Singhi, who is the head of our FinGrad Academy, so he used to be a prop desk trader. He worked there for like 10 years, and he used to say that traders used to eat a lot on their bad days.
Right, yeah.
When you're having losses and all, हटाओ सब कुछ बाहर में जाए, खाना आना चाहिए. खाने में focus करो. It is kind of a stress reliever. Like if your stomach is full, you are eating a lot, but it doesn't help you, and it affects you physically also. So that's a very important point that you mentioned. Avoid stress eating.
Yeah.
Even in your bad days, I think a lot of people make mistake. Even I do also make that mistake. Like if you are having a bad day, if you are having losses and all, just go for a walk and all. That is better than start eating and all. Now coming to a few important things which definitely I want our viewers to watch and learn. So what is your trading strategy? Like how do you trade and how do you do it?
So positionally, I try to do ratio spreads most of the time if I take an overnight position. So if the premiums are higher, then ratio spreads generally favor when there are 2 or 1 day left to expiry. Intraday, I mostly do strangles based on major resistance and supports. And I mainly look at 15 minutes charts for intraday and hourly to daily charts for positional. Yeah. And if there's a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing, that's when I go aggressive on Bank Nifty or Nifty, because historically it has shown that bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing candle generally follows up with the next day.
Next candle follow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you use 15 minutes candle
For intraday?
For intraday time frame.
Yeah, and for positional I do 1 hour and daily charts.
And you mentioned that you use generally strangles. So you keep selling all the out of the money options between the support and resistance.
That's right.
Okay, and how about the spread? How do you make it?
So generally, I ascertain the support and resistance. I don't go by the exact support or the resistance. If it's Bank Nifty, I try to do 100 points away from each. Or if it's Nifty, I do 50 points away from each. And if that is broken, I square off the leg which is which the SLS hit, and I can try to write the position which is in favor of me. Yeah. And if I see any other opportunity for the day, I try to retake the position on the SL hit side. Say for example, if my call side hits SL, and if there's a lot of time, there's a lot of time left with a good premium, I try to take positions again.
I still you have time. You want to eat that premium too.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And if I feel the volatility is too high, I do ratio spreads intraday as well. Say for example, if Bank Nifty is trading at 45,000, I have a feeling that it might go 500 points up. So then I might do 45,300 buy at 50 rupees, and I might sell 45,500 sell at 20 rupees, 2 lots. So my net debit is 10, and so I might take risk on that. So if that doesn't work out, I lose 10 points. And if it works out, I might ride the rally on that case. The same way goes to the put side as well. Yeah.
And what about buying? Like, have you totally skipped buying, or do you do some of buying, scalping those also?
Scalping, I rarely do, because for the position sizing, I do for selling. I prefer option selling only in scalping, because buying, you won't get to know the exit point. That is the main reason which I face. Say, for example, I buy at 20 rupees. Even if it goes to 30, I don't know if I have to exit or keep it. But at the same time, if I do selling, if I sell at 30 rupees, I know I have to exit at 40. Otherwise, I'll get the entire 30 as theta DK. But buying is very difficult, and I've been trying to trail by doing small lots, but it is not happening. So I hardly do buying.
In selling, you know your stop loss. That is easy, and your target is also defined.
Right. Yeah.
And buying, like, ideally it can go to even any value.
Yeah. So I need to, I think, make a new setup for buying, because every day is an expiry. Probably if I get a good return for the first 10 days, I'm planning to do option buying on very penny premium. Say for example, mid cap Nifty has 25 strikes, Fin Nifty has 50 strikes, and Nifty has 50 strikes as well. So if, for example, if the spot is trading close to the strike between 2:55 and 3 p.m., then I might do a long straddle that time, buying at 3 rupees both, or buying at 5 rupees both, and keeping 1.5 stop loss. I might not lose more there, but even if one side rallies, I'll be in a good profit.
Actually, we have tried long straddle a lot in last few expiries.
Okay.
And generally it's working.
It's working, okay.
And you also know, like, one direction which chala jata hai, to again it works a lot. Generally, like you said, if you buy at 3 o'clock, the combined premium is also very less most of the time. Yeah. And anyway, any direction it's moving, you can make profit. Yeah.
And I did study the last 1 year behavior of Nifty from in the last half an hour. So it has moved quite often. So at the money premiums, they give premiums so that there is a movement. If there's no premium, they won't be seller. Yeah. So they make sure that there is premium given for the sellers to enter, so that the buyers or the sellers can make benefit. But from the last, I think 2-3 months, people have been shorting like only one side, and if that position is carried over, they'll make 3x, 5x loss. If they are shorted at 5 rupees, they have to cover at 25. They don't have any stop loss. This is in Nifty. Imagine Bank Nifty. 10 rupees option can go to 80, 90.
It can go on that.
We have to be very careful in selling at 3 o'clock. Buying is at least okay because the loss is restricted if you are into good positions, I think. But selling, I burned my hands. I had shorted 7 rupees Nifty option that went to 40 and I had not covered it.
So a lot of options seller whom we see like during the expiry, they start selling at 315, 320. Because there they have already seen the movement aa chuka hai pehle se, and again if you are getting like even 3-4 rupees in some out of the money op, why not to pocket those premium? But 3 o'clock is very risky for selling. Because there you are not sure where it will go, how much you can burn your hands. Okay, Ishwar, now coming to one of the most important and final question. Like if a newbie is entering in the world of options, he's just starting options trading. So what are the top 3 advices that you will want to give him?
So what advice I would like to give to initial traders is don't start with lesser capital like 10,000 or 20,000. At least start with 50,000 or 75,000 where you can do hedge strategies in selling rather than only buying. So that way you will understand the market very well and start with a lot, if not one lot. Just stick to 2 lots until you get a hang of it and stick to your own strategies and try not to copy other people's trades because they have been mastering it and they know when to exit, whereas you won't be able to exit if it is going against you. So stick to your plan and take it slowly and always make sure the process is organic. Try not to go for hero zero trades.
That's a very good advice. Generally, like most of the time, if you have 10,000 and you have done 3 wrong trades, most of the time capital is gone. If you have a bigger amount, you have the margin to play around, make errors, and even still you will have some money left to come into the market next day, next week and all. And the another point that you mentioned, hero zero, that's not trading basically. So the thing is like even if you make 10,000 rupees, can you do it next day?
The success ratio is very less in that. Out of 10 days, probably you might win 2 or 3 days. So the rest 7 days you might be on the losing side. So that's where you need to keep a strict top loss and make sure you ride it well on those 3 days, even if you're doing
Definitely, like most of the time when I've seen like even if the people make 10,000 in a day, next day or the day after tomorrow they will make it 0. Until and unless they learn the strategy, how exactly to do that one. So I think like strategies that you explained, you're focusing on strategies, making and having like not a ROI of 80% to 100% what is shown on Twitter ki 1 lakh lagao 1.8 lakh bana lo. If you're selling 1%, 1.5% is a very good strategy that you are taking on the days of expiry. Other days basically depending on how much risk you are taking, profit you are taking, going on that one, right?
That's right. Always have realistic expectations. Don't think stock market is a place where only you can make money. It is faster to lose money than to make money, the place. So make sure you take it in a gradual process. Understand the markets, watch what the successful traders are doing. Try to learn from them and then you should get into the bigger picture.
Thank you so much, Ishwar. One final question, like what are your plans for the upcoming year? What else you want to learn? What else you are planning to do in the next 2, 3, 5 years?
So first thing is I want to make sure the health aspect is perfect because every day is an expiry now. So until and unless we maintain our health, it's very difficult to trade being a discretionary trader. So that is one thing. And second thing is I'm planning to scale up my capital to 50 lakhs from December onwards because I've been able to do it well and keep my losses minimal. So that was my main goal to, if I keep the losses minimal, then I'll double my capital and gradually I'll increase my position sizing 20% on 20%. I won't increase it 100%. So that is one thing. And always I invest the profit into equities. I reinvest it. I don't try to withdraw a lot of profits from trading capital into my account. I try to reinvest it so that I can again pledge and trade on those things.
That is also another point that you mentioned, Ishwar, like putting your profit from your trading account to demat account in the form of good shares.
That's right.
And then maybe if you want to increase your capital, you can pledge and get the margin. But that's always a good approach because there also you are getting returns if the shares are going higher, and obviously you can use it in option selling.
That's right.
So do you do actively investing in stocks?
Yes, I had started off investing in equities when I opened a Demat account. So in 2021, I had purchased a couple of shares, namely RVNL and Wabag. So this has paid out really well. RVNL almost 350% returns and Wabag more than 120% returns.
Oh,
and today, one more stock which I invested crossed 100%. It's called Ircon.
Oh,
I picked up around 55 and it touched 110 today. So it crossed 100% return. I mean, with the dividends, it's much higher. So all these are all pledged and I use it in my trading account as well. Yeah. So RVNL, the story is something which I want to share about. So what had happened was I've been researching on a lot of railway stocks because a lot of capex is being given during the budgets and a lot of Vande Bharat trains were introduced and a lot of upgradation is being happening to various stations. Say it can be major stations or it can be normal track, new track playing, or it can be signaling system. So I researched about the railway stocks and I invested it because it was trading at very low PE and had a very good EPS and had very good fundamentals at that point of time. So suddenly there was a news that came out saying RVNL and another company from Russia tied up to make 120 Vande Bharat trains. So I was the happiest person and the stock rallied almost 80% in the matter of like 2-3 months. I remember.
Still you hold it.
I held on it. I didn't want to sell it because even now I feel it's trading at a lower valuation compared to its peers. So anyways, I had invested 1 month's profit into that. And that gave me a very good return, and that 1 month profit has increased 4 times to trade for my trading capital, and I'll share that. And it's a long term gain. Now, even if I book the profits, I'll just be paying 10% on it, so that won't hurt me. Unlike options, we have to pay 30%.
30%.
Yeah.
So another thing that we were discussing few time ago was taxes and brokerage.
Right. Yeah.
That's a very big headache for most of the traders.
Right.
For the long-term investors, it reduces.
Yeah. There's hardly any brokerage for them.
Hardly there is any brokerage. Tax is also 10% above 1 lakh profit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a good thing. And also to people who are trading with brokerage plans, this is something which I follow. If you're over trading, most of the brokers have 20 rupees as brokerage. I keep a 20 rupee bundle with me, which has 100 notes. So once I reach 100, so every trade I place, I keep 1 note away from the bundle towards the side. Once I reach 100 notes, I stop the trading. I use zerodha skill switch. So I've used that multiple times and I stopped trading.
Okay, psychologically, you will also feel like that much I've given.
Yeah, it's like once you see the money in real, that's when you actually know the value, because once you see it on screen, like whether if it's a 1 lakh profit or a 5 lakh profit, the same thing when you see it in cash, it's a very different feeling is what I believe in. So at the same time, that 20 rupee bundle is almost 2000 rupees and it can go so easily when you're trading.
Easily.
So this is something which I follow. I posted it on Twitter also regarding this. So this has helped me, and I urge new traders who are over trading to follow this.
Definitely, if you are doing a lot of over trading, you can also use the same strategy. Get some notes and try to use it in the everyday market that you are doing trading in. Okay, thank you so much, Ishwar, for coming to our show. I hope our users have got a lot of value and they have learned a lot about trading. Your journey has been very good so far. You have come so far, and I am sure that in the coming months and years, you will do very good. So all the best to Ishwar, and thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you so much. And I would like to appreciate FinGrad and TradeBrains. I've been following them on Twitter from a long time, and they're really doing well with their education and the infographics. Any newbie who is interested in learning can check them out for their amazing information, and on their website you'll get to know a lot of learnings in their website. So please do check them out, and I would like to thank them for having me. And this is my first interview, so I'm feeling very happy as well for that.
Thank you so much, Ishwar. Thank you. That's all for this video. I hope आपने इस वीडियो से कुछ नया सीखा होगा. मैंने तो बहुत सारी इंटरेस्टिंग बातें सीखी, जैसे सबसे पहले इन्होंने जो ओवर ट्रेडिंग और ब्रोकरेज कंट्रोल करने के बारे में बताया, कैसे आप 20 रुपये का नोट रख सकते हो और फिजिकली समझ सकते हो कि कब आप ओवर ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हो या फिर ज़्यादा ब्रोकरेज कर रहे हो। और दूसरा कंसेप्ट जो इन्होंने बताया था कि आपको एक एज अ ट्रेडर भी आपको फिजिकली फिट रहना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और कैसे ओवर ईटिंग हो जाती है बहुत बार अगर आपका दिन खराब चल रहा है, और कैसे उसे अवॉइड करें। तो बहुत सारी इंटरेस्टिंग लर्निंग थी जो हमने इस वीडियो में सीखा है। कमेंट करके बताइएगा कि आपने सबसे अच्छी बात क्या सीखी इस इंटरव्यू से, और अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो प्लीज़ हमें लाइक कर दीजिए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर कीजिए फॉर मोर इंटरेस्टिंग ट्रेडिंग एंड इन्वेस्टिंग वीडियोस। हम और भी बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज लगातार लाते रहेंगे और स्टॉक मार्केट लर्निंग के रिलेटेड भी बहुत सारे वीडियो लाते रहेंगे। सो आज के लिए इतना ही। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग। दिस इज कृतेश साइनिंग ऑफ।